The mysterious ninja, Sheik, has its own Amiibo figurine. Hey Nintendo fans and collectors, Lithium here from my channel Nintendo Collecting, bringing you another unboxing video and review of an Amiibo figure, this one of course, of the alter ego to the Princess Zelda, Sheik. The packaging on these things looks absolutely ridiculously awesome. Sheik is from Wave 3. I'm told it's on the rarer side, but definitely not as rare as Ike, for example. Probably a bit more rare than Bowser, though. Bowser seems very, very common from Wave 3. So first of all, taking a look at this box packaging, we have a great picture of Sheik up there. We do have the Smash symbol in the background, and it does say ages 6 and up, knowing that it's North American. So right here, knowing that that has 6+, that means it's North American. On the back, it does say Sheik in the background, and then we have Nintendo Amiibo at the bottom. And over here on the other side of the figure, it does warn you that you can actually level this character up to level 50 to have it battle alongside you in Super Smash Bros., which is a really cool aspect of these Amiibo figurines. Not only are they really cool collectibles, they're also awesome to actually train up in Super Smash Bros. I have my X-Acto knife here, so I'm going to unbox this for you. Now, I don't really think it's spoilers to say that Sheik, a lot of people already know, because Sheik's only in one game in the history of the Legend of Zelda series, if I'm not mistaken, and that is Ocarina of Time. A lot of people might consider it spoilers when I say that, obviously, Sheik is very closely related to Zelda, because it's the alter ego of Zelda within that game. However, if you have ever played a Super Smash Bros. Game in the past, sometimes you can actually have Zelda, Princess Zelda, change into Sheik. So knowing that already, I don't think this is a spoiler. And it is also interesting to note that Sakurai was saying that this time around in the game, he didn't want any clone characters. He wanted no clone characters in the game whatsoever, but he did have Sheik his own character, and Sheik is kind of like a male version, by the way, of Princess Zelda. You might say blasphemous, can't be that way, but Sheik is definitely a male. It's supposed to be a male, from the Sheikah tribe, I believe, in Ocarina of Time. So no clone characters, however, there are some duplicates, like even Dr. Mario seems like a duplicate to me, for sure. Dr. Mario seems like it's a double of Mario, even though Dr. Mario has some really cool movesets. I really wish the Ice Climbers were still in the game. But Sheik's a really cool character, mystical ninja, uses Deku Nuts, actually, throws the Deku Nut on the ground to escape, and in that way, it's very much like a ninja. And I think Sheik has captivated the hearts of many Zelda fans in a long time, actually. So let's just pull this back up, take out Sheik. There we go. Put that box right back there, and take Sheik out of the packaging. Pop it right out. Perfect. So here we go. Here's Sheik. Looks awesome like a ninja. These things have extremely great details on them. They look absolutely fantastic. Going to move my light a bit to make sure we're not in the shadows too much. So this pose, first of all, just looking at this in general terms, it's a very cool pose. I know these poses are actually from the different art for the Super Smash Bros. Game, so that's where they got these from. But that's a really cool dynamic pose, up on one leg. The first thing that I noticed other than the pose is the leg stand. I don't really mind this leg stand because it's clear and it's plastic and it doesn't stand out too much. You can obviously see it, that it's right there, but when you have it like this, you can't really tell about the stand all that much, which is pretty awesome. So Sheik's hair looks really cool. I wonder if you can see the eyes. Are the eyes there? Are they that apparent? I want to make sure that maybe you can see them in shot. The eyes are really small behind the hair. Usually, if you didn't know that, Princess Zelda's eyes actually changed colors when she was Sheik, so it's part of the mystique to that character of changing it. I want to call it a hat, but I'm not really sure what it is. Looks pretty cool. The hair is in a braid that goes behind Sheik, which looks fantastic. There's like a saber sword right here that has great detail work. The shoulder pads, I guess, on this character look amazing, so the kind of different things that it's wearing. It does have the eye right there in red that looks absolutely fantastic, so this thing looks really cool. The detail work on the boots looks fantastic as well, and there's all this little detail work on the entire character, especially the back. Everything on this is very, very well detailed. I'm finding all of Wave 3 to be exceptionally well detailed. The hand positioning is really well done. You can even see on the hands. Here I think you can have a better idea. On the hands there was some different bandages around the fingers, and you can see that on this figure as well. It looks absolutely outstanding. Great detail work on this character. Really well done. Absolutely love this one. And for this time, for once, you can actually see the Smash Bros. Logo at the bottom there, because this character is not huge and taking up that whole thing. On the bottom, it doesn't say any other logos other than Nintendo and Amiibo, made in China, of course. So personally, I think this is a great figure from Wave 3. I wouldn't give this a perfect score because of that leg stand. I really think they could have found another way rather than using any stands for any of these characters. But I do think this is a very strong contender for almost a perfect score. I would give Sheik a 9 out of 10. I think this is really going to make Zelda fans happy. And now there are quite a few different Zelda related figures that you can actually get into, but this one's just for Sheik. There's a lot from the Legend of Zelda series anyways. If you want to compare it to Zelda herself, there we go. They obviously look very similar in height, as they should, because they are the same person. Spoilers! Completely spoilers. In inches, this character, Sheik, is almost 3.5 inches tall, and in millimeters, first looking at millimeters, it looks like 85 milliliters, water, 85 millimeters and about 8.5 centimeters then. So it's a pretty tall figure, about the same height as Zelda herself, the other princess. And we have Sheik. What do you think of Sheik? I gave it a 9 out of 10, almost a perfect score. Very, very well done Amiibo figure from Wave 3. Thank you so much for watching. Feel free to fill that like bucket. Follow me on all the social media links in the description below the video. And remember, as always, go collect them all and keep smiling while gaming.